Yo! What up, fam? Happy Sunday!
Happy Sunday. Oh, I didn't give my thing. Hold on, we gotta switch.
Oh, Bronson has
gotta switch it up.
Christmas gift. A new
Where is
mug. It's in the cabinet. Good morning, fam.
I got into a habit and totally forgot to switch up.
Cheers to the last Sunday of 2025.
I'm gonna need more coffee later. do.
Come on. I'm going to need more coffee, too. There's only like...
This episode brought to you by, not technically brought to you by because they're not paying us, but Keto Brains. We just love them so much. We like talking about them every week. And they do sponsor a free bag.
The new mug,
but they got the mug, brass knuckles. I really wish that these detached, I could slide them in and out and actually have brass knuckles. Somebody has to make actual brass knuckles.
That's
I can't get
liability
and these are too small. Most people probably can't get their fingers. Did you see? Could you get your fingers?
I can get my fingers, my little.
Oh yeah, yours.
But
tiny fingers.
It's a left hand. If you want to see,
if you want to see the logo.
Well, no, it doesn't really work the other way because of the curve. Well, yes, it does.
It doesn't work that way too.
Okay.
But it does. That way. That one just says the saying, not the.
Yeah.
Anywho, I got a mug.
So shout out to Keto Brains. Reminder, for those who are new here, not a reminder, first time you're hearing it. If you stick around, you comment, you ask questions. We require a question that's pertinent.
Gotta have a question. Gotta have a question.
Or it doesn't have to be pertinent to the topic if it's health and fitness related.
Well, yeah, if it's something we end up really kind of getting into.
Something we can answer.
Yeah.
Then you hang around till the end. We will be picking a winner for a free bag of Keto Brains.
Yes.
And reminder, if you use our code Keto Rehab, you can get 20% off your order from Keto Brains. Anytime.
Okay. Real quick, let's say hello to some people.
And for the record, we don't get anything for that.
We don't get anything for that.
Commissions off of that. That is for you entirely.
That's for you guys. We decided for Keto Brains because we think it's great and you guys all should get it. We won't take any commission off of that. We'll get the whole discount to you guys. Okay. Purple Loving Mama says hi. She says she hasn't been in a while.
Oh my goodness, Debbie. Hello. Good to see you.
Hello, Nat and Bronson. Haven't been here in a while, but thought I would drop in for a bit today and wish you both many blessings in the new year ahead. Thank you. You too,
back to you.
John from Colorado. Once again, we're almost around for a new start and another chance to focus on the 1% focus.
Your thing. Always focus on what?
The 1%. One thing more that you can do, the 1% more. It doesn't have to be a big jump. Thank you for the reminder, John. 2026, the year of no extremes.
Ooh,
how about that?
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Minimum effective dose. What's the smallest thing that you can do to move forward that you can maintain throughout the entire year, i.e. also the rest of your life? Let's see. John is asking a question. First actual question.
I have a question.
Okay.
We're competing for the first question.
Well, I said it first. So, are you still doing the zinc boron, and have you seen any blood work changes? I do still do the zinc boron. Not as much. I was doing it like every day for a while. Now I kind of do it for a couple weeks, every few days when I think about it. Then I may not do it for a couple weeks, and it hasn't seemed. I guess maybe there was I never actually got checked for boron, but when I started doing it several months ago, my testosterone went crazy. And then ever since, I've kind of just been intermittent with it as I remember or think about it. My testosterone has stayed up. So yes, not as often or consistently, but yes, I still do it. What's your question?
My question is from M. FeeneyFit. Do you enjoy competing with FMG? I do. I love FMG. I came from WBFF before, for those who don't know. I left WBFF with the mass exodus, along with a lot of other
Was that last year or the year before? That was 23?
It was 23 when it all went down,
right.
And then I competed again in 24. So 24 was when I joined FMG. FMG is a brand new federation. this is now this was their second year, so 2026 will be their third year. They make improvements every single year. They do athlete surveys at least once a year, and then based on athlete preferences, they make updates and changes. So far, I've loved every change that they've made. And I was just telling someone recently about my experience with them and how much I love it. And one of the things I pointed out was that they, if anything, over communicate with their athletes. There's just constant communication channels through email, there's a Facebook group for their pros. So they keep us in the loop with things that are happening. They just communicate all the time. They communicate well in advance of shows, all the way leading up to the show. The show that I competed in was FMG Mexico, my first pro show with them. And they even gave you an athlete handbook. It was like everything you needed to know about the location, the venue, meal preps, if you wanted to order meal prep while you're there. I mean, it was like everything to a T, the run of the show. I really love organization and communication.
From the outside looking in, I think for me, the biggest, and I'm curious why you're asking, are you interested in competing and maybe joining a federation? But for me, outside looking in, maybe not completely outside, but living with someone who is in doing that stuff. I think for me, the things that I see, the biggest difference is FMG is much more athlete focused and WBFF is much more ownership focused. Not even just that. I mean, FMG is not cheap either.
Well,
but the difference being
the focus.
Right. When you think about FMG, I don't know who the owners are. I know who the athletes are. When you think about WBFF, it's always about what are the owners, what is management doing, not who are the athletes and how are they doing.
You're right. You're so right.
Right. That's the two biggest things, I think.
The name all over it.
Right. Like FMG, they're doing what they need to do in the background. The leadership and the management isn't trying to be in front.
That's so true.
They put the athletes in front. And that's the biggest difference.
And that's really their mission. Yeah. That was what they were created out of, coming out of a federation that was not athlete focused. And that's why so many of us left, because we wanted that.
Yep.
I'll just say while it is more expensive than a traditional bodybuilding federation, like a NPC, OCB,
right.
All of those.
It's all a different thing too.
It's a higher level, right? It's couture, designer.
It's not just.
Bikinis.
It's not just. Yeah, it's a little bit of fashion, a little bit of glamour, a little bit of bodybuilding. Like it's
muscle glamour.
That's what it stands for.
But it's not nickel and diming you as the athlete, and it's not requiring you to spend money with their people, and that
was a big thing.
WBFF was all about. Yeah, it was a lot of like extra.
You could only with WBFF, you could only do stuff that they could get a cut of.
Yeah.
That was annoying. Okay. Hope that answers your question. Let's see. Keto Warriors on. Juliana's on. That's all I got on my YouTube right now. People that have commented, at least. There might be more people on, but
Ashley says, Merry Christmas.
Comment. Say hello on the YouTube. Say hello on the Instagram.
Let us know where you are.
It's the end of 2025, peoples. We don't have a specific topic. We're going to be all over today. So if you're looking for timestamps and when we're going to talk about X, Y, or Z, don't even bother. Because we don't really
hang out with us today.
We don't really know.
Year-end chatter.
Year-end chatter, yes.
Ashley says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll stay tuned as I can. We're on our way home and service is spotty.
Okay. Hey, Pamela. Pamela Dobby just hopped on. Hi.
Pamela, hello.
So we kind of, I say we don't have a topic. We kind of want to just talk about reminiscing over 2025, things that have happened, maybe things that have happened this year that may affect next year. Because there's a lot of that.
As we think about our goals and plans for the new year.
We have to do our normal annual. If you guys aren't aware, we make it a habit of, if not getting away and actually going away somewhere, spending some time, like, was it last year we went upstairs into the common area and spent a few hours just what are we doing? Where are we going? What's the plan?
Like
What happened this year?
planning
Did the
meeting.
things that happened that we wanted to happen this year actually happen? So we try to, I keep saying we try to, that euphemism.
Right.
We spend the end of the year going into the next year
with intention.
Reviewing last year, reviewing the past year, and then putting a plan in place, some objectives, some goals, some things we want to accomplish for the next year. We don't want to go into, not that this year's different than last year, but the year end and the year beginning is just a good benchmark milestone, a good check in the calendar to say, hey, we need to check in with what we're doing.
Yes. Yes.
Right. We could do it in the middle of the year. We could do it any time we wanted to.
I typically do that because I'll make it I've done this for years now. Before I left my old career, when I had ambitions of having my own business and what I wanted my life to look like, I started doing this twice a year. It was New Year's and 4th of July were like my times on the calendar that were my accountability times of cut the year in half and make your 12-month plans and goals, and then semi-annually check in on those. And you could do it quarterly. I think it's even better to do it quarterly. And as a business owner, most business owners are doing this monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and annually.
Some people even go more granular than that.
Absolutely.
Depends on the business.
Absolutely. So you could treat your life like a business, because it is. Your life is your business.
Your life is your life. That just, she says stuff, guys, and it just explodes things in my brain. Some of you guys and ladies, some of y'all get annoyed at having to do stuff all of the time in order to get healthy.
Yes. How long do I have to do this diet?
Yeah.
How long do I have to do this workout program?
Right? Like, when can I start eating carbs again? Whatever it may be. It's like, at some point, the struggles that you're having doing the things that you need to do will always come down to you accepting the fact that you can't do the things you used to do if you want to be somewhere else. Right? You can't.
See, he does the same thing for me.
Go ahead.
As I was thinking, literally in the last 5 minutes, getting ready for this video, I was like, oh gosh, I haven't done my year in review yet. So it's kind of all a blur right now. But the one thing that stands out to me the most is the health stuff I had to deal with this year.
Yes.
Related to hormonal stuff. But as I thought about that, I thought, what's different? Like, what did I do differently that could have brought on these changes hormonally? And when I really think back, and this relates to a question Sly asked, how is your prep going? Keto Warrior. Oh, is that Sly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Keto.
How's your prep going? It relates to prep. Because as I think back to 2024, and the main difference between the way I felt and the way my health was optimized in 2024 versus 2025, I had a successful prep in 2024.
You had a really good prep in 2024.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And I had an unsuccessful prep in 2025.
Yep.
And when I thought back to 2022, my last prep, that was an incredibly successful prep. And I noticed I felt better in both of those years toward the end of my prep than I did in my off season. And what is the connection there? You already know the answer to this. I was
about it yesterday.
More highly active cardio, whether structured cardio, which I tend to have to do structured cardio or else I'm not going to be very active. But it doesn't mean I have to do it through structured cardio. But when I'm being more active,
very unstructured cardio.
I'm sure you'd be a huge proponent of doing more of that.
Lots of unstructured cardio. That should be a t-shirt. I like that. Unstructured. If I do a t-shirt, I'm totally interrupting your train of thought. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Unstructured. Yeah, okay, go ahead. I'll behave.
With an icon.
I gotta come up with something. Gotta come up with something.
Deep squats.
Hip thrusts.
Hip thrusts. Y'all already know what to expect from us if you're not new here. But that being the biggest thing, in my off seasons, I get very sedentary. And obviously I eat more. So what most people would consider who are outside of bodybuilding would consider unhealthy being leaner, eating less, and moving more to actually be bad for your health. It's too extreme. When I've gotten to the end of my preps, eating less fat, let's just call it what it is, eating less fat, eating cleaner, the cleanest I ever eat when I get close to my shows, and I'm more active, moving my body more
Frequently.
intensely and frequently,
Yeah.
is when I feel my best. And this year, I did not do a lot of that. I never got to that end point.
Right. Well, and put this in perspective, coming into this year, we kind of already knew there was going to be a little bit of a challenge of doing prep when you're also very focused on doing some things in your business.
Yes.
There was, I think we coming in, we
we
knew there was going to be a little bit of back and forth and trying to figure out which one of these is going to win out.
Yeah.
And I think business side won out. From a mental, from a time, from a schedule,
exactly.
like there's a lot of things that you were doing a lot of times sitting your ass in at your desk.
Yeah.
Like you were right before this call where you're
Exactly.
like, and you're in there doing
Focus,
stuff
yep.
for this video.
Yeah.
And I think that's coming
when
into
priorities,
next year is how do you balance those two
right,
things?
right. And I would say my biggest goal then coming into the new year is I've made this intention, but did not make the plan and follow through with the plan.
Plans matter.
This is the difference.
Plans
you can't
matter.
just set intentions in the air and then hope that it will all come together, right?
Joining the gym doesn't do nothing if you don't go.
Paying for coaching and not showing up, right? So my intention, which will this year have a plan attached to it, and an accountability buddy. He's really good at that, y'all. It's scary when you tell him what you're going to do because he's going to hold your ass accountable to
You
it.
getting a crown this year?
He said he's going to ask me that question every week.
Maybe I'll do it on every call that way. The video is my reminder.
Yeah, so far I told him, I don't know. It's not my focus.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
It's still, that was like a day ago, so it hasn't changed in 24 hours. But no, this year, my goal, see, we don't just do what we have set goals to do. But my goal in the past that I have not followed through with, that I intend to follow through with in 2026, and
With a plan.
y'all can hold me accountable too, is making that lifestyle my regular lifestyle.
Right.
And then prep for me in the future, let's put it this way. If I do want to get to a champion level, prep should not be getting to a baseline of optimal health. Prep would be then more extreme and take me likely outside of optimal health, because that's essentially what we're really doing in a competition prep, in a high level bodybuilding prep. You shouldn't feel better at the end of your prep than you do at the beginning if you're really taking your body to an extreme. And what we've noticed these last couple preps is that I was going from suboptimal in my off seasons to optimal in my prep, which is really what a pre-prep would be. A lifestyle client, when they're getting to lifestyle goals, that would be the end result. For a prep, you should be optimal at the beginning, and at the end is when your health may start to suffer and you actually need to come out of the prep.
And that may sound weird to a lot of people. She's saying that she intentionally wants to get unhealthy.
And that's really
And
what
that's kind
competitive
of
level
understanding
bodybuilding is.
bodybuilding. That's kind of what she's saying. Yes, that is exactly it. That doesn't mean that's how she's going to live, right? There's a period of optimal performance based on the parameters of what bodybuilding is, where she may not have all the exact markers of health that we're looking for in the average person. But to put that in context for everyone else, the work that she has to do to get unhealthy is what most of you have to do to get healthy.
It's getting out of your
Right?
comfort
So
zone.
she's talking about the same concept of she has to do things that are uncomfortable, that can be annoying. She has to build a lifestyle around what are the basics that she has to continually do all of the time that she can then add on to when it's time to compete.
One
But
thing
that
that
baseline is the
yes,
stuff that
that
has to be maintained
I was going to say,
regardless
one
of
thing
whether you're competing or not. We have to get to a point of health, and then there are things that we have to do to stay there.
to maintain it. Yep.
Understanding the whole idea of entropy, and that if you don't
Ooh, word
maintain
of the
something,
day.
it always deteriorates. There is no such thing as maintenance without effort to maintain. You can't get to a point and then be like, I got my goal, I'm good. You will go backwards if you don't keep putting in the effort.
And that's the thing that we are all doing, regardless of what level you're at, is changing our baseline.
Yes.
And that's the mentality should be around. I'm changing my baseline, not I'm doing something for a period of time to reach a physical goal.
Bingo. Oh, that's huge. Because the baseline is not your body, the baseline is in your head. How
How
you
you live your
think
life.
about and how you live every single day is what needs to change. Many people look at their health journey as like you said, reaching a goal, and then what's after that? Right? This is why we talk about the why has to be more than just weight loss. Because you can lose all the weight, and there's 18 million different ways that you can lose weight.
And you can lose weight and you'll probably do it again and again and
And
again.
again and
Because you'll
again.
keep gaining it
Because
back.
there isn't an actual baseline of lifestyle or goal that requires function or something beyond just how much you weigh. It's a lot easier to have a mindset around resetting your baseline when you're thinking about all of the things involved in your quality of life and what you can do every single day. When I think about how much energy do I have at work, I want to perform at work. I want
Yes.
to be able to think and focus and concentrate at work. I want my memory to be good. I want to be able to engage when I get home and spend time with Nat. I want to go out and do things. All of the different things that may come up. If I think about how do I want to live my life every day, that baseline is what has to change.
And it's how does this impact everything else?
Right.
Right? The biggest thing for me when I think about being more active, doing more cardio, I always notice that I feel more energetic. It's like the exact opposite of what you would think.
Always
You would
is.
think, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to be so exhausted if I do that. And the truth is, I'm more exhausted sedentary. And most of you who are sedentary are tired. You're more, your body's achy because you're not moving
You have
consistently.
inertia. You can't break that. It's your body's like, your body will get good at whatever you do. Right? Your mind will develop a pattern for the things you consistently do. So if you are always in a pattern of making excuses to not go to the gym, that means your mind is now getting used to that. That is how it will function. And then your body not being active is going to not want to be active. So you have to reset. What is it I'm really trying to accomplish in my life beyond just weight loss?
Oh, yeah. So I
Right?
brought that up because of the energy piece, right?
Right.
What allows me, I always decide on a word for the year that helps me remember my goals throughout the year. I'm toying with the word visibility because I took a major step back. I'm just showing up online, showing up the way I really want to show up in my business, in everything, but especially just being on camera more, just talking to y'all, just doing, random updates and feeling like showing up, having that desire. And energy is the key. It's the energy. I've noticed that's the theme. When I don't feel like it, it's because I don't have the energy to give. So for me, everything in 2026 is revolving around how can I cultivate my energy? And then I will naturally feel like showing up. I don't have to force myself. I don't have to, push past, this low energy state.
That's an aspect of it too. We've talked about in the last year and even before, motivation to do things isn't something that someone else can give you. Motivation,
It's intrinsic.
by definition, is the desire or will to do something.
And you know what?
So if you don't have the desire or will to do something, that's not something anyone else can give you. You have to figure out what is the thing that you want to accomplish, the goal that you want to have, or the lifestyle you want to be,
Why does
or
it matter to
the
you?
identity that's important to you, whatever. What's the why? Why does it matter? And is that what you want enough to do the thing that you need to do? So motivation just means if you don't have motivation,
You need to
you haven't figured out why you're saying you want to do whatever it is you're saying you want.
that you don't really want it.
You don't really want it.
Ultimately, right? Because for me, my why for years has been you. My clients, my members, my business, my community, helping you get somewhere. That's my passion, right? So if I can't show up the way I want to show up for you, then I can't have the impact that I want to have. And that's what drives me to do this. So when I get bummed that, I had this great idea, but I didn't feel like following through on it. I never followed through on it. And what could they have gotten from that had I followed through? Think about it like this. When you're sick, what do you feel like doing? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Getting yourself just to do the basics for your kids, for your spouse, for yourself in your day-to-day life, for your home, keeping your home up, just the basic things all go to the wayside because you need to get well. So that's essentially if the difficult thing makes your life better because you have the energy, you have the desire to do things. You're not going to have the desire to do anything if you're not well.
Nobody in general wants to go to the gym and do 4 sets of 15 Bulgarian split squats on each leg. I don't wake up in the morning and go, ooh, can't wait till I go to the gym and do my Bulgarian split squats, right? I don't wake up in the morning and go, ooh, I got 100 burpees to do today. Yay. No. I do it because when I wake up in the morning, I want to feel good about myself. I want to accomplish something. I want to be able to engage in the world around me without limits.
Ooh.
That is why I
love
go
that
do those
statement.
things.
That is awesome.
Because that is what it's about. It's not, we don't want to, we're just as annoyed with it as you guys are, having to do it every day.
This just comes so easily to us.
But our drive for the lifestyle and the identity that we have built around being physically free of health issues that keep us locked into a fixed lifestyle, right? Because we have growth mindsets and we understand that we are in control of where we want to go and what we want to be. And we're not blaming anything in our lives on something else. We're taking ownership of it. That's why we get up every day and we make the choices that we make.
And we get bummed out by when we're not doing what we know is best.
Yeah. And we have the same thing. I mean, guys, from Halloween to Thanksgiving, I wanted to be a couch potato. I didn't want to go to the gym. I was maybe going
right.
2 days a week. I'm like, I just don't
you,
feel
are you
like
going to
it.
the gym today? You're
I'm like, nope. Right? There was just, I just felt like there was just this, I just don't want to do it anymore. Now, I knew, number one, there was a lot of things in my mind, right? I've got a lot of projects going on. I just changed jobs. Like there was other stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I think there was a little mental and emotional overload, and I just needed to step back from something.
Yeah.
And I also knew that it was temporary. I didn't completely stop going. I just didn't go as much, right? Because I still do identify as someone who exercises and tries to stay in shape. There were some changes, and it was definitely a different way for me to approach it. But I also knew I can't stay here, right? So I looked at it. Okay, what about exercising right now is making me go, ugh, right? And there were two things. One, I miss CrossFit. And two, I don't like going out in the cold. Literally.
Said to me, I will not be going back to the regular gym until spring.
I don't know. So we have an area upstairs in the apartment building that's got everything that I need. I bought a couple additional things. I bought some kettlebells. I bought a plyo box.
And he got
I just
so
stuck them
excited,
upstairs.
Your eyes, like the fire got back in your
like
eyes.
it was like boom, 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 let's go. And now I've got on a routine, and I'm enjoying the process again. Mm-hmm. Right? I got to go lift today. I'm looking forward to doing something. So, sometimes we need to look at why do I not want to do this?
Yeah. Why am I not?
The goal hasn't changed. Maybe there's other things going on. And I say this because I don't want you to hear what we're saying as anytime you feel stuck, it's your fault. You just don't want it bad enough. That's not the message. But there's something going on. And what is the balance? Because remember, we're more than one thing. So when I was feeling like this after Halloween, it was like, what's going on? There's work stuff, there's life stuff, there's fitness stuff, there's projects and things I'm working on. There's different priorities and different things that I have going on. So how do I balance and reshuffle to get that energy back?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's not just my desire. My desire was there. I was just overloaded with other things, and I need to reprioritize. So that's a way too for, like she said, you may be wondering, how do I get my energy back? Right? Maybe there's something that you're allowing to take that energy away because you haven't been able to say, no, that's not something I need right now.
Yep.
And that goes into one of our topics that you didn't want to talk about.
The stress thing. Yeah. Also, I was going to say dang it, I missed it. I lost it. It'll come back if it's important.
Okay. We got a couple people saying some things here. Juliana said her word is simplify.
Oh, for the year. Praise the Lord. Never thought I'd see the day. That's because she's starting her master's.
She has to simplify.
You got to trim the fat. What's not necessary, get it out. Yep.
Never thought about it never thought about, why is that blocked? I hate that when they put things.
Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, how do you get
what's going on? Close it. I never thought, I'm guessing all that from a gym energy perspective. Yeah. Okay. So on the topic of letting things go, let it go. No. I don't actually know the whole song. I just know that part of it.
Me either.
One of the things that came up for us recently, and I don't remember why we were talking about it.
Was that Christmas?
It was at Christmas. Sing it, Elsa, Julianne says. Was the idea, and we're getting into topics, lessons from 2025.
Okay.
This is one of the lessons from 2025. Because I think it came up recently in conversation, but partly it also is something that we notice over the many years that we've been coaching.
Yes.
And that is learning for yourself or acknowledging, because we say it all the time. So again, if you're not listening to what we're saying, clean out the earwax. Okay. Stress is a response, not a feeling. And the reason why this came up, right? Stress is a response, not a feeling. The response is physiological, biological, neurological. Okay? Your body is very likely stressed a whole lot before you feel stressed. So there's a lot of people that won't take a break until they're like, oh my gosh, I'm overloaded. I can't handle it anymore. 3 months before that, your body was responding to that stress. And you're wondering why you can't sleep, why you keep gaining weight, why you have no energy to work out, why your spouse or partner is pissing you off all the time,
Why you have these
why you get
cravings
short-tempered
all the
with your
time.
kids,
Yep.
why you can't remember things at work, whatever it may be. All of this stuff is going on because your body is responding to it
Perceiving stress.
before you actually recognize it.
And many of you are living in a state of chronic stress. And because it's familiar to you,
You don't recognize it.
you don't notice that it's stressful to your body.
It's the phenomenon. We talked about this phenomenon. The phenomenon. Why does that word sound weird to me right now?
Because you just said it five times.
Phenomenon. What was that thing we saw? Epiphany. Epiphany.
The guy could not say epiphany.
I'm about to not be able to say it. It's the phenomenon of not realizing how sick you were until you get healthy again. Or get healthy. Maybe you've never been healthy.
Right.
Maybe you've always been overweight.
Well,
maybe you've always had some
that was
condition.
my life before I
and then
changed
all
my
of a
diet.
sudden you're like, whoa, what is going on?
I just thought chronic pain was a normal way to live because I just felt it my whole life and didn't know what life could be like without it.
Yeah, I thought crapping your pants was something everybody does with. Literally, I mean, I never understood. Like, it annoyed me, and it was like, I wish I didn't have to live like this. But it took me a long time to get to the point where maybe I can stop this. Maybe I can fix this.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset piece where we see it all the time.
Just because
the very idea of there being a different normal that's possible is really hard for some people to grasp.
Normal has come to be common. Whatever's common is considered normal, but it's actually not normal, and it's certainly not optimal.
I would say for most of you, what you are seeing in the world around you that is common is not normal.
It's abnormal, and it is.
On both sides of the extreme. On the healthy side, i.e. fitness influencers and what you see on social media, that is not normal. Those are not images and aspirations that you need to have for yourself.
You know, I actually saw something the other day that was saying it's like 1% of the world have six-pack abs.
Yeah.
We're just, if that's what you're looking at all the time.
But that's all you see.
Then
You
that's
don't
all you
realize that.
see. You think everybody does but you.
Yes.
But it's like, that's
Guys,
actually not.
If you saw us on a normal day, like right now, if we were to strip naked or get in our skivvies, you'd be like,
right now.
how are you guys? Like, no, I got a little roll going on. Right?
Yep, I got a little extra right now.
Why does it matter?
Most people are not walking around with visible abs.
And if they are so focused on maintaining that image that their lifestyle is shit.
Okay, that's another thing. The other week we talked about skinny talk and how
it's
like this
horrible.
whole like skinny thing is coming back, right? I just saw a couple different videos about this influencer in particular who had videos on her page talking about what she eats to stay lean 1 minute, and then the next week she comes out with she hasn't had her period in 4 months.
Right.
And it's like, you're promoting this, and then in the same breath, look what she's having to do to stay here.
Yeah. I've tossed around this idea, and I'm going to throw it out there. I'm not saying this as a definitive statement, but it has crossed my mind many times over the years that I don't know. I'm thinking in my head, and when I see all this stuff on social media, it makes me wonder if I, as a person who's actually, if I were a person who was looking for a coach or someone to follow, and my issues were quality of life based, would I listen to anybody who is building their business based off of marketing their body? Because their quality of life isn't or can't in general be that good. Because all they're doing is being focused on building their body so they can sell it. It's a form of prostitution. Right? I know I'm being extreme, but they're using their body.
Prostitute?
No, they're using their body to sell something that isn't what most people need.
But it's right? What everybody wants.
But it's what everybody thinks they want.
Yeah.
And when they get that body, there may be some benefits and improvements in general in some things, but then they've gone over, they flip to the other side, and now they're so focused on maintaining that body that things start going back the wrong direction. And they start messing up their health, right? It's like you said, getting ready for a show.
There's a point at which, if you keep going, it's no longer going to be healthy. That's when I pulled out of prep this year.
Right.
I just decided, this is not that important to me right now.
Yeah, my health is more important. And there is none of that message when it comes to what you see in social media.
Right. The trade-off.
The trade-off.
Nobody talks about the trade-off. Conversation about the trade-off.
The trade-off, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, the common piece of it is the unhealthiness and the fact that 70%, maybe more now, of the U.S. Americans are obese or overweight. I think. Maybe it's 80-something overweight and like 65 or 70% obese.
It's worse in America than it is for the world numbers.
Yeah,
the world numbers are bad, but the American numbers are the worst.
Yeah. And, well, let's not get there because that's a whole nother discussion of how we define obese, because there are countries like India that are all highly metabolically dysfunctional, but they're skinny fat. Because their BMI isn't big, they have no muscle and they're all fat. They have crazy insulin resistance issues, metabolic syndrome, all kinds of other things, sarcopenia. But because they're not
problems with the way we track.
Because they're not big, they're not considered obese.
And I think you're right. I think even in America, if we were to track it that way,
if we were to track it by body fat percentage,
it would be like 95% of the population.
That's why I would love. One of my list of papers, one of these days to write, is why we should be using body fat percentage, not BMI.
Yes.
Because
totally different.
It would change the number of people that would go from I'm fine because I'm skinny to holy crap, my body is falling apart.
Yeah.
And it explains all of the problems I've ever had.
Under-muscled.
God, it would.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So, okay. Stress is a response, not a feeling. Start being more aware of the things that you're doing that are stressing your body. Okay, you want to keep talking about lessons or talk about stuff that happened in the last year? What do you guys want to hear about?
Yeah, what do y'all want to hear? Let's do another. Let's do lessons.
Another lesson?
First.
Okay. One lesson for me. Did you read that first one? That I'm still learning.
Woo! I love this one. My favorite.
It's probably the hardest lesson.
For you.
For me. And that is, and it kind of goes to the stress thing, right? Because it's putting additional stress on myself.
Yes.
That's unneeded. Yes. And that is, it's okay to not be busy.
Woo!
It's okay to not always have something to work on, to not always be head down, focused on accomplishing or having a project or whatever, or to get super frustrated when I'm working with other people and I have to wait on their output in order to continue my work. That's probably one of the biggest things that gets me, particularly when I do a lot of things. Almost everything that I work on is a group or co-authors or a cohort of other people. And I'm always waiting on other people to get back to me on something. So,
So you might as well accept it.
yeah. And
Stop fighting it.
And that's the other aspect of stress. In almost every situation when it comes to emotional or mental stress, it's not the circumstance that's stressful. It's your inability to accept the circumstance that is stressful.
That is so it. That is so it.
That is where the stress is. If
wouldn't be
the
stressful if you
apartment burns
accepted it.
down, that's going to suck and it's going to be stressful dealing with whatever. But the more I bitch about, I can't believe this happened to me.
I wish it didn't
This is the worst
happen.
thing. I wish it didn't happen.
It should have
happened.
been like this.
It happened. Why waste energy wishing it didn't happen?
It's the coulda, woulda, shoulda.
The coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? Or the comparison of this doesn't happen to other people. It only happens to me.
Woo! This
Right?
is the thing Tony Robbins
These are the
talks
things
about.
that are adding stress and keeping you from moving
That
forward.
this is suffering, or that we all experience. What's the term that he uses? We all experience. Let's say struggles, or
Well,
things.
I would say
things of that
pain
nature.
and discomfort is common to everyone.
That's it, pain.
Suffering is a choice.
Right, that's it. That's what he says. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a
Yeah.
choice. It's when our expectations don't meet up with reality. And
We fight it.
we need to either change the expectation or change the reality. If I'm not losing weight, I'm not losing body fat, I'm not making progress on my goals, well, are you doing the things that will elicit that change and the change isn't happening? Or do you have expectations of this change happening, but you're not doing the things necessary to make this change? Yeah. You can apply this to anything.
Or the expectation's unrealistic.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of times, maybe you're doing everything, but you're expecting the change to happen in 2 months.
What do we always see? 1 week, you didn't lose 5 pounds and you lost.
All of a sudden, what do I need to do?
Pound. You've been losing a pound a week consistently for 8 weeks. And you're like, nothing's changing. How many times do I get this from clients? I'm like, what are you seeing?
Yeah.
You just lost
Because
8 pounds and you're talking about nothing has changed. Oh, because in your head, you thought it should have been 20 pounds.
Right. Or we get the email, hey, I'm wondering, is it time to change my macros?
Oh, yeah.
You just got the macros last week and you didn't follow them this week. So what are we changing? Right? Your expectations are very likely unrealistic. And I'll just tell you this, guys. We started this conversation with the being annoyed at doing the things, right? And having to wonder if I have to do these things forever. Yes, you probably have to do some of this stuff forever if you want to maintain where you are and be healthy. Number two, if you're not doing these things and you're just getting started into doing these things, not doing these things isn't going to get you anywhere. Okay? The effort that you have to put into change is always going to be more than the effort you have to maintain.
Yes. Ooh.
It will always be harder to set the baseline than to maintain the baseline.
Yes, yes.
So the struggles you're having now and your expectations of how long it should take, triple the time.
And I would add to
quadruple the time. It's going to take longer.
Look at how closely you are executing the plan.
Yeah.
The expectations. If you're getting close to your macros, if you're doing better than you did before, if you're, well, I didn't hit my macros, but I didn't eat the bread. Well, what are you're now using an old barometer to determine what you think is going to get you to the next level.
Right.
And being better than what you did before is not the barometer to test against or to evaluate against.
This is why objective goals matter. If you don't have an objective goal, then you're only comparing your progress to your old self. and it doesn't give you a good barometer of what you actually need to do to change and reach that goal.
From here.
From here.
From here, not from
right?
wherever you
Not
started.
from where you are, right? If you're always comparing to where you started, then you're always basing your progress on where you started. Where do you want to go?
What got you here is not going to get you there.
Yeah, I don't look at a map when I'm getting ready to take a trip and say, I'm just going to drive in that direction starting from this point. I have no idea where I'm going to end up, right? I can only get where I'm going by setting the destination and then checking my progress on how close I get to the destination. It doesn't matter how far I get from where I started.
Yes.
Right? You don't measure progress on a journey based off of how far you've traveled. You base your progress on your journey by how close you are to the end.
Where am I now? The question is always, where am I now?
Yeah.
And where am I trying to go from here?
Where am I trying to go from here?
From here. So
not
then
where have I come from?
The changes that I make are changes from what I'm doing right now,
Right.
not from what I did 5 years ago.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's okay to not be busy.
Also,
I'm still
I should
learning
add,
that.
how many of us can really remember vividly in enough detail what happened a year ago, a few months ago,
I can't.
5 years ago?
I don't
What
know.
happens as time goes on and we look back? Things get blurry.
Things get very blurry. We have a propensity to only look at the good, not the bad in general.
So if you're comparing against before is very murky. And you
Keep going,
cannot
yeah.
compare metrics, right? Unless you were tracking metrics. Another thing we talk about all the time is the tracking. If you were not tracking before, it's always going to, this is one of the language pieces I always challenge my ladies on. Feel like. Feel like is a story. Anytime you hear yourself saying, I feel like this, I feel like that, I feel like I lost weight so easily before, I feel like I hit my macros. But did you hit your macros? Because feeling like it happened is not hard data. So metrics matter. What is measured is managed. What can be measured can be managed. If you cannot measure it, how do you know if you're truly making progress or not? How do you know if you improved anything or not? Don't go off feelings. Feelings are not facts. I say that all the time. So how you feel about what you did last year, 5 years ago, is going to be subjective. It's going to be blurry, murky, not clear, and certainly not based on metrics. If you have metrics and you can go back and look, and I've tracked since my 2022 prep, I believe, I have spreadsheets for every year, 2022 through 2025, maybe even further back than that, that I can go back and actually look at what I did and then get hard data about, did I actually do what I needed to do? What's different this time? And that's how I'm able to make these changes from one prep to the next. That's how I'm able to truly assess things and make decisions moving forward, also without beating myself up. Because if I'm always going off of how I feel, I'm either going to make it feel better because I don't want to feel bad about my efforts. So I'm going to explain it away and justify things so that I can feel better about it. Or I'm going to beat myself up and feel worse about it than in actuality it really is.
Or I'm going to feel some kind of way when I hear somebody talk about it that makes me feel like they're judging me for making the decision that I made.
If you feel some kind of
Because
way.
I'm doing it based off of feelings and not actual data. And that's something that we see in the space as far as people making decisions and talking about where they're going in their journey because of how they feel.
Okay, I've got to say this.
I feel better when I do this.
Yes, exactly.
I feel better when I do this.
Yes.
Or when I do that or whatever else, right? It is what it is.
I'm going to add to that. Metrics don't help, and they're not going to help you make any decisions if you're only partially tracking, or if you're leaving things out because it didn't look good. So what's the point of tracking metrics? So if I go back to 2022 and I look at my data now, I will not know if I lied about my macros that week. I will not be able to go back and say, oh, I actually did less cardio than that, and I didn't want to admit it, so I bumped up my cardio numbers to make it look like I did what I was supposed to do. I'm not going to remember any of that now. So if I try to go back and compare and now actually get real data and do real data analysis based off of it, if I was lying all the time about the data, fudging the numbers to make it look better for my coach, then I'm going to get poor data out of it. And I'm not going to be able to make good decisions off of it.
And or we see either people fudging numbers, or because they don't want to acknowledge it, they just don't put the numbers down at all.
Right. But most of the time that looks like a partially tracked day, macros wise, right? Yeah. Oh, you did good until dinner, and then you went off the rails.
Many times.
So now it looks like you ate 10 grams of protein today, and we're like, wait a minute, something's not right here.
That is probably the number one thing we see in a food log, where we know that someone just didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't forget to track. You got 6 days of everything tracked, and then 1 day of breakfast only tracked. We know you didn't forget lunch and dinner. You just didn't want to put it in, so we can see what you did.
Yep.
Right? That's,
Yeah, exactly. That's not helping anybody.
That's not helping anybody. And it's not helping you build awareness. And you're not being honest with yourself. And you're not being honest with yourself about what's really going on.
If you're only tracking the good stuff, you're not going to be able to do anything productive with that.
Okay, I got this one. This was a new one. The very tail end of 2025, I was hit with this idea.
I didn't see it, so what is it? Oh, that's the coolest thing we did all year.
This is something for any relationship. Now, mostly I would say partnerships, spouses, boyfriend, girlfriend, life partners, whatever you want to call it. But I honestly, as I was thinking about it earlier,
do this with your kids.
This is with any relationship.
This would be great.
This could be anybody in your family, parents, people, anyone you care about. Okay? And here's the core idea. Saying I love you is lazy.
What do you mean by that?
Right? A couple days, this is literally just a couple days, right?
Yeah.
A couple days ago, we were talking and something hit me. And I just wanted to say I love you. And I started to say I love you. And then I don't even know what it was.
Oh, you said something when I looked at you, and you said something about
something
my eyes.
Your eyes. I said, your eyes make me smile, or something like that.
Yeah.
Instead of, I love you. You were sitting at the desk. And I just looked over and I was like, your eyes make me smile. And you got this look on your face or whatever.
It was like the coolest thing. I just was like,
and
oh my gosh.
It hit me. I started with, I love you. But something was like, why? What about this moment in time
that makes you want to say
made me want to say that? And then it hit me. We talk to you guys all the time about being self-aware and writing down, I'm craving this, I'm feeling this way. Why am I feeling it? What situation? What's the time of day? What's the scenario? We do all of that stuff when we talk about building awareness on our health journey. Why not do the same thing in the health of our relationships? Right? Your relationship is a journey. Mm-hmm. With yourself, right? We've talked about this, right? There's two people in your life. There's you, there's three. There's you, yourself, and yourself, right? But who you are in your relationship with yourself is just as important as who you are in a relationship with people important in your life. And being aware of that communication is super important.
It's so much more meaningful.
And the reaction that she had to me saying that
whole different ballgame
was completely different than if I had just said, hey, I love you. And now, so we decided that one of the things we're going to do is anytime we feel like we want to say I love you, we're not going to say I love you.
We're going to ask ourselves.
Why
do I want to say it? And what are the words? It's difficult, y'all.
It's hard.
Sometimes it's hard to put into words what you're really thinking and feeling about your partner in that moment that makes you want to tell them you love them.
And here's a few reasons why this is, I think it's kind of groundbreaking.
It's so powerful.
I think it's kind of like, I have never heard anybody say this before. And if we were couples counselors, this is something that I would like, we could
Challenge
write
people,
a
it'd be
book,
homework, yeah.
on, right? Like the power, that could be the name of the book. Saying I love you is lazy. That could be the name of the book, right?
Okay.
Because what did we decide? What did we figure out? It does a couple different things. Besides the obvious of it, forces you to acknowledge why
you love this person.
You want to say that. What are the things about this individual? It helps them understand better why you're important to them.
Yes.
Right? Here's the hard one. If you can't think of a reason, why not?
Yes.
Why are you saying it if it doesn't mean anything?
That was the other thing.
And this is the one we talk about. We see, everybody leaves, they leave for the day. I'm going to work. Love you, honey. Bye. Is it habit? Is it obligation? Is it because you think you're expected to say it? If you can't think of a reason, then why are you saying it? That's a hard one. I would say that's probably synonymous or similar to digging into the why.
Yeah.
There's something in there that you may have to acknowledge and say, wait a second, what's going on?
Am I just saying these words, empty words without any meaning behind them? Or is there really a purpose and a reason why I'm saying that to my spouse?
And then the other thing, it will, I guarantee you, reduce how often you say it. So when you do say it, it's going to mean a lot more.
And that was something, ladies, you probably can feel me on this. Early in our relationship, he was very intentional with the word love. At first, he was very hesitant to say it after 2 divorces.
You had to wear me down.
I was very patient.
Had to wear me down.
And then when he did start saying it, he set the intention that he didn't want this to become something we just say to each other all the time without meaning. And at first, it was difficult for me to receive that. Because ladies, we just like hearing it. And we like saying it. But it does have so much more meaning every single time. And even before this new revelation of let's try this new experiment, every time he did say I love you to me, I knew it had meaning because we don't say it all the time. Because it's not just a daily thing we throw around. He would say, have I told you I love you today? And sometimes the answer would be no, and sometimes the answer would be yes. But every time he did that, it did light me up. Now this is taking it to another level. When he expresses something unique about me that stood out to him in a moment, the light is even brighter.
Yeah, it's crazy, guys.
It's amazing.
I challenge you to try and don't even try. Do this, even if you only do it for a week, just to see the difference. Do it for a month, just to see the difference it makes. I would hope that you'll get addicted. I've never done this before, so I don't know what your responses are going to be.
I believe it will make the entire relationship.
I caught myself yesterday.
Better. You did.
I came out of the office and you were sitting there and did something, and I was like,
you actually said it.
I said it.
And you almost left it there.
Yeah.
And then you continued.
And then I was like, oh, wait, but I can't just say that. We said we're going to do this. So then I had to stop for a second.
And really process.
And really think about why did I want to say that right now? Yeah.
That was cool.
It's of all of the things this year that we've both been through, I think this is a lesson. This is an idea of something that I'm kind of excited to see where it goes.
Really cool experiment.
From a relationship perspective, super cool experiment. So yes, don't say I love you anymore. Tell the person that's important to you why. Even if you want to say I love you because whatever it is, like
that's a good way to ease into it.
Yeah, instead of just stopping saying I love you, maybe it's easier to just always add on because and then whatever the reason is in that moment. Whatever it is. Guys, don't be ashamed of what it is. If I look at her one day and I want to say, I love you because you got a fine ass, then I'm going to say, I love you because you got a fine ass.
I was going to say,
right?
yeah.
Like, that's what it is. If that's what it is, that's what it
It could be
is.
simple. It could be, I want to say I love you right now because you look damn good.
Whatever.
Right? You're wearing those pants.
It could be.
I said it to you before.
It could be because she listened to something that I was going through and she helped me work through something. Or she inspired me with an idea.
Yep.
Right? Which happens all the time. I tell her all the time, I love you because there's something, she makes me think. She's very insightful with stuff that we'll have conversations. And so those are things that attract me to her and have from day one brought us together. So
I could have said it last night when you encouraged me to go do my cardio at 10 o'clock at night when I put it off all day. Because I love you because you hold me accountable to my goals and make me a better person.
Right. See? That's how it works, guys. It's friggin' awesome. So something to play around with and try. Okay, what else we got?
Any other lessons? Oh, annoyance. Interesting. Okay.
So this is a lesson I learned.
From love to annoyance.
Yeah. So this is a lesson that I was reminded of. It's something we've known, right? Things that annoy you about other people are often things you yourself have to deal with.
Yeah.
Mirrors of yourself. I have a certain professor in my doctoral program.
Such a good one. We should call this like 2025 revelations.
Yeah. I have a professor that is, I want to say, I feel that she's over engaging.
Extremely passionate
about what she does. And you're going to see where we're going with this. She's extremely passionate about what she does. She knows a lot about the topic. She wants to engage us and help us connect with the information. And she uses our portal platform, right? It's called Brightspace, right? We go in, we have community forums, we have chats, we do all, it's kind of like a Facebook, but for school. She's always posting in there. This, or go look at this, or here's some information, or here's a video, or here's an article to read, or whatever. And I was talking to Nat about it a couple weeks ago.
He was venting.
And I was like, and even in the feedback of our assignments, we'll get an assignment, we got to write something, we do it. And it's like 3 paragraphs of all of this stuff that is far beyond just the feedback on the actual assignment. It's some editorial, some introspection, some think about this as well, and things. It's like, I just want to know my grade, right? Like, how did I do? I'm not going to spend all of this time. Like, I got other courses and other things I'm working on. I don't have the time for this.
But when you are not passionate to the level that...
Especially when it's a topic that it's like, I feel like for me, I've been through this information before in other courses, and this is more of I have to do this course to get to the next step.
Excited
right?
about the
I'm
topic.
not excited about the topic. I was explaining all this to her, and you said something, or I was complaining, and I forget what it was you said. This is one of the examples of how she clicks things in my head. She's insightful. I forget what you said.
All I kept thinking about was...
Well, hold on. You said something that made me connect the platform that we're on in school
with social
media. And that got the train going. And then we started having the conversation. And then you basically called it out and said, so it sounds like when you're always posting on social media and you're not getting the engagement that you want from the people that are subscribed or following you.
He was like, dagger, shots fired.
Guys, I had to stop for a second. I was like, what?
That took him down a couple pegs.
What? Wait, what? The whole concept and idea of she took me and put me in my professor's shoes.
Yep.
Talk about feeling some kind of way.
He goes, well, shit, now I got to respond to her
stuff. Like, well, now I have to engage with her stuff. Because literally, guys, she put me in the same mindset of someone who is passionate about the topic, knowledgeable about the topic, wants to engage people about the topic and educate and bring people to a better understanding of the topic. And it's like, and I'm using social media to do it. And I'm getting frustrated that nobody's engaging.
Nobody
Like I love
cares.
it. Nobody seems
Like
to care.
you do.
And it just like, oh, talk about a lesson in like, wow. So
And it happened
the
to
lesson
completely relate to the topic, actually, too.
it did, and it completed the whole topic, where the topic of the class
It's about meeting people where they are.
etc. Yeah, it was a stark reminder that when something is annoying you, it's very likely that you are exhibiting the exact same things somewhere else. Right? This is why judgment is so dangerous.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
If one of the biggest annoyances you have with how other people are judging you, or even judging others that have nothing to do with you, it's very likely that you are just as judgmental somewhere else. We see it all of the time where people are always complaining on social media about how I'm being judged, whatever. I'm the victim of all of this stuff. Yet when we spend any time and talk to these people or have conversations, they are as judgmental about other areas with other people. And they're not open-minded, and they're not accepting, and they're not being willing to meet other people where they are, because everything has to be done the way they want it to be done.
Yes.
And it's not good. It's not good. So just be wary of that, guys. It can happen to the best of us.
Yeah.
And I'm just telling you from experience. I was just made aware of an area where I was being judgmental, and I was looking in a negative light as at this professor who is just passionate about what she does and just wants to do the best for her students.
Put yourself in that person's shoes.
Right?
Or imagine if I helped him to imagine how she's feeling,
Right.
what she's thinking, why she's doing what she's doing, right? If you don't know for certain, you can imagine and get creative about, well, what might be going on in their lives? Why
Right.
might they be doing what they're doing? 10 times out of 10, it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is a lesson.
Huge.
If you're annoyed, it's a huge one. It was big, guys. It's crazy how all of this stuff, and there's other things that I've learned that have been impactful throughout the year. But I think in the last month, those two big ones, love is lazy and annoyance is a mirror, a reflection. Within the last week, both of them, actually. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Talk about waiting until the end of the year to figure stuff out. All right, so we are at about 40, over an hour and 15. Wow,
So
we could probably stop. We haven't even talked about a recap of the year.
No, well, we could do that next week when we talk about our goals for 2026.
Okay, all right. Maybe I should retitle this one, because this is a recap of what we learned through the year.
Lessons
Lessons through the year.
Yes.
And then next year we can do we won't even call it a recap. We'll just talk about going into 2026.
Yeah, because it'll be based off of this year and what we want for next year.
All right.
So.
Any additional questions as we wrap up for Keto Brains? Let's see.
Let's see if I have any on IG.
John from Colorado said, "I'm sorry" is very similar to "I love you."
Yes.
Pro forma with no meaning.
You know what? When I was pledging my sorority in college, one of our advisors said, "You should never say you're sorry." That's actually an I statement, if you realize that. Like, ever since I think I say it every once in a while, but most of the time I switch that to apologies or my apologies or something like that. If there's something to apologize for. I'm sorry is making a statement about yourself. And it may not be applicable to the situation. So I like that. I like challenging. Why am I wanting to say that? And especially, I encourage a lot of my ladies to stop saying sorry because you're apologizing for things that you don't need to be making any apology for. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't slight someone. Like saying I'm sorry for taking the time to put the change back in your purse or put your
While
credit
someone's
card
waiting.
away at the grocery store when somebody's waiting. They're supposed to wait for you to be done. You don't need to apologize for taking an extra 30 seconds to get your stuff together, right? And a lot of things like that. If you notice how many times you say, I'm sorry, a lot of it is apologizing for existing.
Yeah. Here's another example we see all the time. Getting off the elevator,
Yeah.
right? Or walking in the hall and turning a corner and someone's there and you almost bump into each other. I don't say I'm sorry. I say, ooh, or excuse me, or, oh, hey, didn't see you there, or something like that, right? There's nothing wrong.
Not your fault.
It's not, you haven't wronged anybody. That's the thing.
Yes.
It's not even about
fault. An apology.
An apology is what you do when you do something wrong to someone. If you haven't done anything wrong other than existing, then the question becomes is why do I think my existence is wrong? Why does me being in this space negatively impact anyone else?
Oof,
It doesn't.
Such a big one. It's such a big one. I see it all the time with apologizing for writing a lot in a check-in or in a post.
Yeah.
Sorry for the long post.
Self-deprecation.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm sharing so much about myself.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
The person can read it or not read it.
Right. TLDR. That's why TLDR was created.
How about if this post is too long, instead of saying I'm sorry, say, if this post is too long, you don't have to read it. Feel free to skip it.
Yep. I needed to get it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any real questions, I don't think. I'm just looking through.
Oh, and to answer.
Oh, we have a question.
Oh, let's see.
Does it matter to eat per your menstrual cycle?
Oh boy.
I wish I'd have seen that one earlier.
I actually have a masterclass on this.
You do? Okay.
Cycle syncing.
Okay.
Look that up on my YouTube at Keto Bikini Secrets on YouTube.
Adam, TZ 2015. If you're still on, go check out
Keto Bikini Secrets on YouTube. Search for cycle syncing. And I talked about the concept of training. I think I talked about training and eating for your cycle and what people say about it. The short answer, TLDR, is no two cycles are the same. So I wouldn't recommend following protocols that recommend everybody do the same thing at this particular time of your cycle.
Yeah.
What I explained, the nuances of on that masterclass is how to understand your cycle and what might be happening for you based on your own biofeedback, and then when it might make sense to make shifts or change based on that.
I.e. the same process we do for everything.
Self-regulation, auto-regulation, or self-selection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to end on this because this was something I didn't put down because I didn't think of it till just now.
Okay.
Men and women should absolutely train the same. The whole idea that women shouldn't be training like men is bullcrap. Because here's the thing. You ready for the catch? The catch, pro tip, everybody should train in the best way that works for them.
For their
Whether you're
goals.
a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't be breaking workout protocols based on men and women. It should be
Individual.
Bronson's workout protocol is based on Bronson, where he's at, where he wants to go, and the goals he wants to accomplish. And Natalie's workout program is based on Natalie, where she's at, where she's going, and what she wants to accomplish. The fact that it's men or a woman means absolutely nothing. So if you have a coach who is telling you or someone on the line who is trying to sell you, I have the best way for women to work out, or the best way for men over 50, bullshit. What is going to work for you as an individual to help you get where you want to be based on all of the things going on in your life? That's what you need to follow. That's all. Okay, we're done. You didn't have any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, I think this is week number 2. I didn't really see any, unless we want to give IDAM TZ215. If you are still on, or if you catch this, message either I or Nat, and we will give it and send us your shipping info. Since that was a pretty good question. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, that's a good question.
IDAM TZ215.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is. So welcome to the channel, by the way.
2015.
2015. That's what did I say, 215?
Yes.
No, 2015.
215 is my birthday.
Hey. All right. We'll see you guys next year.
Next year.
Is that too white of me to say? See y'all next year.
If y'all haven't seen that, what white people say on TikTok videos are awesome.
Have fun, guys. It's been a great 2025. We're looking forward to another one. See ya.
Not another 2025.
Not another 2025.